Hey guys, so I was scrolling on X and I came across this post by Bloom, which Bloom is a platform that's similar to something like Lovable. Basically, just prompt it and it has agents that will build whatever you need it to build. Now, the difference between something like Lovable and Bloom is that Bloom is specifically for making native mobile apps that will install on mobile devices. So yeah, Bloom is only for making mobile apps. Lovable is mostly for web apps which run in the browser. And yeah, in this post, basically, I came across they having something called a Bloomathon, which is their version of a hackathon. And they're basically giving away free GPT 5.5 credits if you enter this Bloomathon. So yeah, I entered. There's only like a few days left. So if you want to enter, I suggest you hurry. If you're watching this video like 3 or 4 days after it came out, the Bloomathon is probably already over. But yeah, basically they give you 2,500 free credits within their platform, and you're allowed to use GPT 5.5 with those credits. And then once you're done building your app, or basically once you get started building your app, you post a screenshot of it onto X as well, and then they give you another 2,500 on top of that. So yeah, I had an idea. Basically, I was just going back and forth with Kimmy here to come up with ideas of what to build. And I had this idea for a habit builder app. So the idea that Kimmy gave me was that we should build a habit tracker, but I think that's so overused right now, and it would be better to create an app that actually lets the user create new habits for themselves. So as you can see from this example here, which I created with GPT image 2, basically it's a habit creating app where the user types in a habit that they want to create, and then how often they want to be reminded of it, and at what time they want the reminders to come through on their phone. And yeah, they can also put in like a reason of why this is important to them, so that later on when they don't really want to pursue this habit anymore, they can go back and look at what they wrote here. And yeah, once they create the habit, it will track how often they're performing the task that they're trying to create a habit for. And then it will give them like stats on all of the habits that they've created here. So yeah, if you want this prompt, basically all I said was create a UI design for a habit builder app. Basically, you can just say create a UI design and then describe whatever app you want. GPT image 2 is pretty good at creating these types of images. And then I also built a onboarding page here for the same app. So if you're wondering how I got this in the same theme and stuff, basically all I did was I passed this image in as a reference, and then I said create an onboarding design for this habit builder app. Okay, so now that we have both of the images for all of the onboarding pages and also the actual app pages, by the way, I'm using Mate here for my images. If you don't know what Mate is, basically it's a platform that lets you use a bunch of different image and video models. So I'll put a link to this in the description as well. And I'll also put a link to the Bloomathon page here where you can sign up if you want to compete. But again, it's ending in like 2 days. So if you do want to compete and you're watching this video like a few days later, it's probably already over. So yeah, let's just paste in the two images that we have here. First on the model here, I'm going to switch auto off and change it to GPT 5.5. And then I'm just going to drop in an image here of, let's start with the actual app here, and then we'll add the onboarding pages in later. So I'm going to drop the app in here. And I'm going to say, create an app where users can build habits and track how they're progressing with the habits that they want to build. And I'm just going to hit go here.
Have you considered subscribing? It would be really awesome if you did.
Loop it, script it, crack it, ship it, build it, test it, never rest it. Terminal is green, cleanest code I've seen. Get commit the change, rearrange the range. Scripts are running wild, digital brain child. Keyboard clicking loud, looking through the cloud. Python in the vein, no more mental pain. Legacy is old, newer stories told. Variables defined, power in the mind. Compile it fast, make the sequence last. Zeros and the ones, code until it's done. Ship the final build, prophecy fulfilled. Push it want it, code is king tonight in the neon light. Ride it, run it, yeah we want it, code is king tonight in the neon light.
Okay, so it says it's done here, and we can see that the app is completed here. It's just syncing and deploying now. But basically, if we look at this app right here, it has a login screen here, which we didn't really want. For now, I'm just going to click continue as guest. But also, even though we didn't want this login screen, we also didn't tell it not to add the login screen, and we didn't drop in those onboarding screenshots as well. So once we take a look at this and then we're done, I'm going to drop in the onboarding screenshot, and I'm going to tell it to get rid of this login screen and then just have the onboarding. So okay, continue as guest. And yeah, I'm just going to create my first habit, and then once we have a habit here, we can compare it to the screenshot that we had. Okay, and we can notice here that also the icons are missing. Either they're missing or they're the same color as the background. But yeah, we need to tell it that as well. Let's set this to green just to see if the colors change here. Okay, so yeah, I did set the color here. There's no icon on this, and it looks to be doing the tracking correctly here. The habit strength is just starting, so we have, I guess this habit strength thing here is it's counting how often you break the streak. And yeah, so far this habit just started, so we can't really test this unless we run this app for a few days. And it can check your progress over 7 days, 30 days, or 3 months here. All of this is fine. And it does look basically exactly the same as the screenshot we have here. So it would be this page right here. And then this is basically the list of all the habits we have, and some ideas for new habits. These things can't be clicked on, but that's fine for now. And then we have our profile here, which this page, I guess it's not working because it says sign out even though we logged in as guest. We didn't actually log in at all. Okay, and it's because it has this profile button right here that got confused. So I think we can merge actually the profile and the habits together, and we don't actually need that login. So I'm going to tell it the icons are not working and to replace the login with this onboarding screen here. So yeah, it says it also detected an error there, but we already submitted our prompt before that, so I guess we'll wait until it's done. Okay, so it's done building again, and yep, this looks pretty much like what we asked it for. Create simple habits, stay consistent, and become your best self. Create habits that matter. Yeah, this all looks good. Also, I'm surprised that it got these images correctly, because it would have to redesign it itself. It can't actually strip it out of the image here and place it here. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Create small wins. So yeah, this is exactly what we wanted. It looks like the icon is, I can't actually tell if that's working or not. So let's try creating a new habit here, and we'll look at the icons in here. Okay, so these icons do work, but they're kind of random. Like, I'm not even sure what some of these are. So I'm going to tell it to install an icon pack. I noticed that it's using React Native here. So yeah, it can just install an icon pack into that and use them here. And then I'm also going to click this fix with Bloom here just to see what it does. Basically, I noticed that the error here just says there's some libraries that aren't working correctly. One of them didn't install and the other one can't be opened. So I'm just going to click fix here and see if that sorts it out. Okay, so it's fixed all of the errors. I'm going to tell it to change the icons now. And there's also 2 more errors that I noticed here. One is the text goes out of the box here. So this is the text of what the habit is. And then also, if we mark this habit as done here, we can actually click this button again to unmark it, which isn't really useful for anything. A user might accidentally unmark it and then not notice, and then the day ends and their streak is broken, which we've would lead to them leaving a bad review or something. I think it's best that we make this permanent once it's marked, or if they do want to unmark it, they have to go into the habit or something. So yeah, let's give it that feedback and see what it does. Okay, so I'm just going to submit this. It looks correct. Okay, so it says it's done and it looks exactly the same here. There's no new icons. The text still goes out of bounds here. And if we look at the log of what actually happened here, all it did was it read through the files of the code, and then it edited 2 files, but it actually ran into an error here, so it didn't edit anything. And then it retrieved the logs, and then it just marked it as done, even though it hasn't actually changed any code at all here or installed any packages. So I'm just going to say continue and implement the 3 changes that I asked for before. Okay, so it's actually done now, and this time it actually did do what I wanted it to do. So now we can't click on this again to unmark the task. And it did change the icons here and also all of the text, so this fits nicely inside the box now. If we click plus here, we can see all of the new icons that it added. And yeah, we can change the colors and all of that as normal. It's left the other screens pretty much the same, which there wasn't anything wrong here to begin with. Consistency, so this is how many times we've completed the tasks this week. And then in habits here, well, everything was already fine to begin with. I might add something where you can click on these discover habits here and then it'll actually load up a habit for you. But for now, this is fine. We can just leave it as templates. And yeah, let's create a new habit here and see how it works. So yeah, I said meditate 20 minutes a day. We'll do this every day. And we'll leave all of this the same. Okay, so I see an error here. It's where we're choosing the time. This is actually like a text box to type something in. So that's not going to work out. We needed to actually have a time picker here. So I'm just going to prompt it to do that. When we're creating a task in the choose a time section, it's just a text box. We need the user to actually be able to select a real time and not just type anything they want in there. Okay, so while it does this, we can take a look at the rest here. So we have why is this important to you? We can just type in whatever we want. The icons are fine, I guess. Yeah, the icons are pretty good. Anyways, let's wait for this to complete and then I'll be back. Okay, so it's done now and we have a good time picker here. We can select the hour up to 12 and then the minutes and then AM or PM. So yeah, this is actually the second version it gave me. The first one was really bad, but I didn't record that. I just told it to fix it. And basically once I told it to fix it, it actually made a mistake here and the whole app refused to work. So then I had to click the fix button here and now it's actually fixed it and it's kind of working. It still does have some errors here, but yeah, the app is working overall. We can just type in a habit here like drink water. And then we can select how often we want it. I'm going to select every day here and at 10 AM or PM. Actually, let's set it to PM because obviously we can't complete drinking water when we wake up in the morning. And yeah, let's just create this habit. And yeah, now we can see there's 2 habits to complete here. In the build momentum section here, it's only showing us the latest habit. Now we've completed that. We can look in our habits list here and see the habits that we've created in the past and our streak, how well we're doing, how many days we've missed. And we can also go here into the stats and look at the consistency, the completions, how many times have we completed the tasks, and our streaks. And yeah, everything looks pretty good. The only small mistake I see here is that this plus sign here is not centered on the circle, but that's fine. We can always fix that quickly. And yeah, I think this app is basically ready for me to take a recording of and submit to into the competition to get the rest of the credits and complete the app fully. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of different from the type of videos I normally make. I don't normally build stuff during the videos. I just show what I've built when I'm done. But yeah, I thought I'd try something new since, this is a competition and stuff. And yeah, if you guys do want to enter, I'll have the link to this Bloomathon in the description or the comments. And I'll also put a link to Matei, which is what I used to create my images using GPT-2. And I'll see you guys in the next video.